Craig Mattick.
If you were a hot dog and you were starving, would you eat yourself?
John Gaskins.
What? I know I would. First, I'd smother myself with brown mustard and relish. I'd be so delicious.
Now, back to Sports Talk with Craig and John.
So would you?
I don't know.
Don't jerk me around, Norm. It's a simple question.
On Sioux Falls Sports Radio, AM 1230 and FM 98.1, KWSN.
A baby could answer it. If you were a hot dog and you were starving, would you eat yourself? It's always good to see the local guys do good on the big stage. C.J. Ham was a practice squatter for the Vikings last year, so he made it through training camp. They found value in him in the crowded running back's house. A lot has changed since then. Adrian Peterson's gone. They drafted Dalvin Cook, second round. They got Latavius Murray from the Oakland Raiders in free agency. But they did not do anything, and it doesn't appear they will, about fullback Zach Line. But they did have
Matt Asiata. He's not there. He's not on the roster.
But they did have C.J. Ham, the former Augustana Viking, lining up at fullback behind Dalvin Cook at rookie minicamp this weekend. And C.J., the former Augustana Viking, joins us on the Tires fan line. What's up, C.J.?
Hey, C.J.
Hey, nothing much. How's it going?
It's going great.
We're just glad you could find a break from babysitting your daughter for a moment, and we'll get you right back to her in a moment. So I mean, we had the rookie mini camp, and how long had you known that they were going to try you out at fullback?
I've known since the beginning of the offseason program that I was coming into this offseason potentially learning more about the fullback position, and I'm still working out at running back and still have to know both positions. But they told me that fullback was definitely a position that they could see me playing. So I'm just glad I got the opportunity to do so.
Why did they figure fullback would be a good place for you to try?
It was something that was told to me when they signed me in the first place. Is that I have the versatility and the athleticism to do both, to play running back or fullback. And initially I thought I was coming to the Vikings to play fullback, or that was kind of my only shot to make it in the big leagues. And it was kind of something they've always kind of talked about, and now it's here.
What would be the biggest adjustment for you, CJ?
Just the flow of the game. Last year adjusting to the flow of the game at running back, the game is so much faster, and now playing fullback, having to block all these different defenders and go through different holes. It's going to be a little different. The flow of the game is different from that position, and I'm just excited to learn.
CJ, you spent all last year, except for the last 2 weeks of the year, on the practice squad. You were activated the last 2 weeks. What does someone do on the practice squad every week of the regular season?
I pretty much compare it to exactly like redshirting in college. You're there every single day. You do everything the team does, besides playing the games. You practice just as hard as them. You're still at the games. We're practicing every single day. We're still in meetings with the whole team. We still have to be ready to play at any time.
Was there any point last year you were getting frustrated, knowing that you still weren't getting on the field?
I wouldn't say that. It actually, looking back on it, obviously you want to play, you want to be on that 53-man roster, but just like in college, after you redshirt, you realize that it was a good thing that you redshirted. You're able to learn so much more and be able to watch the guys in front of you. So I feel so much more prepared now than I did last season.
C.J. Ham, former Augustana running back, now a Vikings fullback on the full-time roster. It is Sports Talk with Craig and John here on 98.1, 1230, Sports Radio, KWSN in Sioux Falls. I mean, obviously, the question is, how do you like the blocking aspect of the game? You're used to guys blocking for you. How much do you appreciate or enjoy blocking for other guys?
It's something that I've done before. In high school and even as a kid, I've always been a bigger guy, and I've always been kind of that fullback position. Even at Augustana, for the first 3 years, I was behind Dejan Newell, a great running back Augustana had, and so most of the time I was in there with him blocking for him. So it's something that I have done in the past, and excited I get to do it again.
At any point in the camps leading up to training camp or during the regular season before he got injured, did you block for Adrian Peterson in any situations?
No, I never lined up at fullback with Adrian. No.
Okay, that would have been fun. I mean,
it definitely would have.
Probably would have got more yards than he did last year.
What's nice, Craig? How different is the running back core? I know it was just rookie minicamp this weekend, but just in the building, you were only there for a year, but you grew up in Duluth. Obviously, you're a Vikings fan, so just being in Winter Park on the Vikings. What's the difference? How weird is it to not have Adrian Peterson around?
Oh, it's definitely a lot different. Growing up watching the Vikings for so long, looking up to a guy like Adrian Peterson, it's definitely different to not see him wear purple. But we brought in Latavius. I just experienced Dalvin this past weekend. Great running back as well.
Mm-hmm.
We got a new coach this year as well. So we're all learning. We're all in the same boat, and everybody is working very well together.
How much of a mentor was Adrian Peterson? Did you have many chances to come in contact from him and talk to him, or did he kind of do his own thing?
No, yeah, for sure. I mean, all training camp, he was there every single day with us. Adrian practiced with us every single day. He was in meetings with us every single day, and just watching him play was, it was awesome. He's a great running back. Future Hall of Famer for sure. Go ahead.
Well, what did you learn the most from him? What did you take away the most?
He always told me to just trust my eyes. He'd watch me play. I'd obviously watch him play, and he'd even ask for advice from me sometimes on a play. But he always just said, just trust my eyes, trust my instincts, and that was something that really helped me throughout the season.
ECJ Ham with the Minnesota Vikings, joining us here in Sports Talk with Craig and John on FM 98.1 and AM 1230 KWSN. Tommy Armstrong got some reps as a running back over the weekend up in the Twin Cities. Gaskins wants to know how his Husker boy's doing up there.
Well, he's a safety.
Well, they used him as a running back and safety over the weekend.
Yeah, they did. Tommy's a very athletic dude, and they liked his effort, and they wanted to keep him around, and they moved him to safety, and that kind of stuck with him. So I'm glad Tommy's there, and I'm good friends with Tommy now.
Is that the deepest voice you've ever met in football, Tommy Armstrong? He's gotta be close.
Be a radio guy.
Yeah, no kidding. So
was there a lot of conditioning in this rookie minicamp, or a lot of it was just running plays just to see how the players adapt to what the offense is going to be about?
That's exactly it. It's more about football than running you into the ground. They're throwing a lot of plays at you and trying to see how fast you can take that information and apply it to the field.
I'll go back to the other Husker running back who, at least for now, has made the cut in Terrell Newby. Did you get it? What did you get to take away from what you saw from him?
No, I mean he's a young running back. I mean we obviously all got things to work on, but Newby he took in the information very well, and he was able to go out there and play fast.
Mm-hmm.
So are you staying in the Twin Cities now, or are you living in Sioux Falls? What's the family situation like?
Well, we're still right here in Eden Prairie in the Twin Cities area.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What's the timetable? What's next for you in your connection with the Vikings?
OTA? OTA starting in a couple of weeks. We're still going through our off-season program now, so I'm still working every single day. I'm at the facility every day with the team, and in a couple of weeks we'll have mini camp after OTAs, and then we'll be off until training camp. They've
got you listed at 5'11", 235. Is 235 the playing weight you need to be as a fullback for the Vikings?
That was more of my running back weight. I'm usually 240, so that's what I'm at now.
How challenging is it to get up there and maintain it? I mean, it's only 5 pounds, but I mean, how much of an adjustment is it?
It's not challenging at all, to be honest with you. At Augustana, all 5 years I was there, I was 240 or 245 pounds. So being this big is something that I've been very comfortable at.
Have they forced your eating habits to change from college?
No, not at all, really.
Nice.
What does that mean? Do you get to eat? Is it very disciplined and regimented, or do you get to eat whatever you want?
I mean, I've always liked I've always liked to watch what I eat, and make sure my body fat stays at a certain place. So I always watch what I eat.
Where do you cut it off? What that most of us like to enjoy? Do you deprive yourself of most of the time?
Oh, I couldn't even tell you, man. I mean, I love a good bacon cheeseburger that I cannot turn down. When in front of me. So
Nice.
One more, and again, you blocked for Delvin Cook as you're kind of. You had done a little fullback work previously, but with that, what have you noticed about Dalvin right away? Just both as a professional and as a talent.
Oh, he's a great dude. He's very laid back, and obviously he was drafted very high. So he's a great talent as well. He has really good feet, very good vision, and he's definitely very explosive. So he was pretty impressive to be around.
All right, just a couple more moments with C.J. Ham, former Augustana Viking, now a Minnesota Viking. He's apparently going to be their fullback. He hasn't been told officially that, but that's how it appears. It was just such a crazy thing that happened with Teddy getting hurt before the season started and Adrian getting hurt a couple weeks into the season, and then Norv Turner, the offensive coordinator, leaves, and it all of a sudden becomes Pat Shurmur and Sam Bradford's offense, and it's not as running back or running game orientated. What, during the middle of a season, explain to Vikings fans just how difficult of an adjustment that was for everybody involved in the offense just right in the middle of the season.
Norv was there for so long, so everybody still loved Norv, and and everybody knows Pat's a great coach as well. So Pat didn't really change the offense all that much. So we were all still able to play very fast, and it actually wasn't that big. It wasn't that big of an adjustment. Looking at it from the outside, it wasn't that big of an adjustment.
Wow, you're talking in terms of vocabulary with the plays, because it appears it's more of a short. It's a bit more of a short passing attack with Sam back there.
It was still the same offense. All the coaches have their different what they want to do. Long passes, short passes, run game oriented. But for the most part, it was the same offense, and everybody was still able to comprehend it very well. And
your thoughts on Sam Bradford? I don't think we've talked to you since he came aboard. What has impressed you about him?
Sam's your professional quarterback. He's very professional in what he does. He takes the game very seriously, and he does a very good job at it.
CJ, we ran into you at training camp last year. We'll do it again this August when we're up there for a couple of days. We'll run you down and look for you, and if you got a couple of minutes, that'll be great. I know last year when we saw you, the whole family there that day when we were there.
Yep, they were there, and they'll probably be there again. So.
CJ, we wish you the best. You got a lot of folks in Sioux Falls pulling for you, and we wish you the best.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
All right, CJ. All right,
stay. From Division II, Augie. You have a couple of other NSIC guys on the roster. Of course, Adam Thielen, who went through tryouts to get to the Vikings. I believe it was rookie minicamp where Thielen tried out. And now you got C.J. Ham right there, just hanging in there and moving the fullback to stay on the team.
Coach O.J. always told us last year he knew that C.J. Ham could play in the NFL. And it had to have been a little frustrating to be on that practice squad all year without not getting a chance. But he was active the last 2 weeks of the year with the Green Bay game. Didn't play, but still was active. You know what? He might have a great shot now to be a part of that Viking offense.
He's Craig Bannock. I'm John Gaskin. If you just caught the tail end of this or want to hear it again, you can go to podcasts at kwsn.com. That's where we put up a lot of our interviews, our best talk segments every day. kwsn.com. Click on podcasts. And you may have read about the C.J. Ham story earlier today if you were at kwsn.com, where we constantly post new and breaking news stories that happen with local and regional athletics of interest. Mark Alvin then probably doesn't want ties in baseball anytime soon, but I say after 13 innings, why the hell not? You'll hear his thoughts.
Didn't need it when they played the Twins, did they?
No, and he was at Target Field. His observations next on 98.1, 1230, Sports Radio, KWSN.